expression. Let's go right into the draft, ladies and gentlemen, as we do have it.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks for saving that one.
No, we've already, the paparazzi's playing. We just had some pepperoni pizza that sounds like paparazzi.
That's good.
We got you, paparazzi,
That's
and
right.
Vici Gaming.
Ori, I'm
Professional broadcast.
we're very faded. Fade. Hey, yang. Okay.
Yeah, this isn't actually tea. We're getting faded.
Yo, look at these drafts. Oh my God, there's a Razor band first overall.
Seen a lot of Razor in the Chinese games, and even just when we're seeing some of those recent drafts pop up from different teams, Razor featured in a few of them. I think the Aster newbie games that happened recently saw Razor get picked as well.
Pretty strong if you look at like what are the most popular carries right now. Just with the Phantom Assassin, Slark, Monkey King, Faceless Void. Lots of melee heroes.
Yeah.
Lots of these offlaners too that Razor would totally destroy, like Tidehunter, Sand King, Magnus, Brew. Like these are all melee run into the lane and punch you heroes, and Razor loves when you do that. Speaking of Magnus, I do notice that there are some regions that are still highly favoring this hero despite the cleave changes with armor. You're still farming just as fast with the cleave, and now the Shockwave does this like little pulley thing. It's kind of what the Agnum Scepter was. Or it's pretty cool actually, just to reposition with that with the Shockwave. You can set up for spells with that.
He's also one of the heroes that builds into those like tanky items and then just becomes a big hulking monster.
Yeah, and his talents are perfect for that too.
Yeah.
He has like a 12 armor talent. He has an HP talent. He has a strength talent, I believe. So
Got
yeah,
some bracers on this man. He's fine.
love the bracers. Guardian Greaves been buffed as well. This hero loves to build into those Crimson's Guardians.
Rubik.
First pick Rubik. VP were doing this yesterday in their games. They're just
You-
like,
you-
we're just going to first pick Rubik.
You're not a huge fan of the mid Rubik, are you?
No, I wasn't a hater.
You're not a hater.
It was just like, let's just first pick. It was more the fact they weren't using it as a flex pick. They were just running it mid every single game. First pick.
Oh,
Right.
right.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Just no one's playing. I mean, to me, it was kind of seemed like a thing. They were like, let's just. No one wants to learn this hero. Let's just keep picking it for him because we're VP and we can win, even if we just first pick a mid Rubik every game.
Yeah, and like I was mentioning too, when we were doing King's Cup, we had like a call in from a couple of the captains, and I think it was March. He said something along the lines of like they're picking Drow just to see if anybody could beat it, like how they beat the Drow. So a lot of the time you are just picking a hero just to see, okay, this feels really good, and I just want to see what feels really bad against it, because nothing does quite yet. That's not to say that something's not going to feel bad against it, but we just don't know yet.
Shadow Demon, one of the heroes that did get a pretty significant changes and just taking away some HP.
Yeah.
Now, like that seems like it's pretty good as a percentage of just HP gone.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's really good against a lot of these. Like, I mean, it would be very good against Centaur if Centaur was on the opposing team.
Right, exactly.
Great against like Doom. Great, all of these offlaners you can. Similar to like when we talk about the bracers and why Necrophos was a good hero. Like, there's just this point in Dota where you gain a lead and you have enough items, specifically bracers now and wraith bands, where the enemy team cannot kill you. They'll get you to 20% HP, but they will not kill you. Shadow Demon, because he has this huge health swing, no matter what, you'll always be able to kill somebody. That's the great thing about this hero. I'm glad that they picked Beastmaster. I think this hero's underrated in the other regions.
Yeah, we only saw it come out towards the end when Cuckoo was playing in the offlane, so we'll see how it works with each game.
My theory on this hero is that the new Hawk is very effective, more effective than it was before, because there are all these high grounds and a lot of places to like hide the Hawk, and there's a lot of these high grounds you want to defend, but not as many of these high ground ward spots where you can sit around and defend a ward, which is a very common strat that we'll see tier 1 teams do. Like almost always, they'll just spend their time defending wards, and that's how they'll set up really good fights. Beastmaster, you can fight anywhere, all of these high grounds, and you'll basically have that high ground ward without even having to expend a ward. And you don't have to worry about the fact that sentries are so powerful now, because who cares if you deward a friggin' Hawk, man? Doesn't matter.
So is that the way that they're going to nerf it eventually, is make the Hawk give like 300 gold or something like that? That's the way to do it?
That's how some of these summons have been nerfed. Yeah.
I think you're probably right. I actually think that's probably going to be how they change it. Because
that sounds rough, because you can't control it. Like you can't juke it away from
Yeah.
people. So
Exactly.
it's like you can't make it give
And
too
then you
much
get the
gold.
Hawk cooldown talent, and
but-
then it's like you're giving away just 1 billion Hawks
But
over
like
and over again.
wards give like 200 gold now.
Yeah.
So why are these Hawks any different? I guess they don't last anywhere near as long as wards, but
It's,
They don't give the same vision AoE either.
yeah.
Yeah.
But just the fact that it's like invisible permanently invisible, like high ground vision.
I bet that's part of
you
the
know what
reason.
else is permanently invisible? High ground vision.
What's that?
Wards.
Wards.
If you can find the high ground, that's the thing. There's
that's true.
like 4
Yeah,
spots.
the Hawk goes there, and you don't have to, the Hawk cast range is.
Yeah,
global.
you just throw it in trees somewhere, sit on a high ground.
Yeah.
You're winning the game. You win
The
a
ward,
fight.
you have to physically go there, and it's like a melee cast range. So.
Yeah.
So the other
and
thing,
then it's obvious where the wards are too.
part of the reason that that sort of fits with it too is thinking about yesterday, the Night Stalker pick that we ended up seeing. Right, it feels like it's a similar type of thing where you want to just get that unobstructed vision, and you can also have a hero that just runs in and fights people. That's what Beastmaster does. Talking about like getting people an individual low and killing them off. There's not really many better spells for that than Roar in the game, just to kill somebody at the start.
Persistent damage too with the necrobooks or with the necrobook and the boars. Like you can actually kill a hero who has 10,000 effective HP. It doesn't matter because you drain all their mana, and at that point they're effectively dead. And you'll just keep slowing them with the boar, and eventually the necro units will kill them. So even if you don't kill them in the roar, a lot of the time they have no mana, so they're basically already dead. Like when we talk about these heroes being unkillable, because all these bracers and such. Hero. The 1437 special.
One of these supports is going to be a greedier support. Normally both are kind of 5 positions typically, but have seen Shadow Demon play a 4, and then occasionally in the off lane, same for Jakiro.
Yeah. I think probably the SD and the Centaur will pair together. Of course you have the...
Wowzers. Look at that guy.
Surprisingly, he got through to this point. With the Beast as well. Like, 2 heroes very strong together. The heal bomb with all the Beastmaster summons, and of course the minus armor with the plethora of physical damage that Beastmaster does. Yeah, these heroes also typically played together in a lane, but with a Rubik, I'm not sure if that's going to be the case.
What are some of those other heroes we're seeing ignored from other regions? Like, Lich has been totally ignored, right? Has Brewmaster's also been totally ignored?
Brewmaster, yes.
That to me is a bigger surprise.
Yeah.
Brew seemed pretty OP.
No Faceless Void either. That's a big second phase for a lot of these teams.
So it's kind of fun to switch to a new region, though. We're just going to get totally new meta.
Yep.
And every time I've tuned into SA or CIS, it was also just totally different picks and prioritization. So everyone's doing their own thing.
Look at Jakiro's big wing shadow on Naga Siren. Like, he's just obnoxious, standing right in front.
He's doing it.
Yeah, get that thing out of my face.
Are these heroes in the fountain right now? Is that since they have their thrones in the background?
It looks like they're on the high ground, sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know. Somewhere
Where on the
there.
Dota map are they? Is what I
Well,
want to know.
there's the flag, right? So that
I think
that has
this
to
is
be
Radiant. Like this is like outside of the Radiant base.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right in like in front of like the mid tier 3 or
Yeah,
something.
exactly.
Why are they so small though? If that's true, like that's not a large area.
I mean, yeah. I guess the bigger question would be why can't they just like sort of jump up on the high ground when they're in the game?
This is ruining my immersion actually. Like I can't tell where they are right now. Because if they're there, like these heroes are much smaller, but when they go into the game, they're just large. I don't think I can play this anymore.
You know, I think that we'll try and get through it together. We're gonna all hold hands here, and we'll get through this, buddy.
We can need to look for those candles, and then we can find where they are on the dire map. There's candles.
Well, look at the flags. There's 2 flags in the
That's
background
true.
on both sides.
That only exists like what by those 2.
I mean, that's
towers?
definitely the ancient behind them, right?
Mid lane.
That has to be the ancient.
That's the ancient.
That is the ancient.
Absolutely. But the angle, like that's not like the mid lane, or is it the bottom lane? This is really important for us to figure out and totally ignore the Medusa
Maybe we're just
pick.
in hell. That's what it is. Oh, it's saying behind the fountain is.
Oh, so they're off the map, and then then they enter the map afterwards.
Like looking down, the map is kind of down, but the ancient is large. Well, then where the hell are the Radiant?
The Radiant are already on.
They're just that's just a different ancient. They're just in a different place. That's how I'm gonna get over this.
All right.
That's not the same ancient.
It's not it's not canon. That's what we'll leave it at that.
In the game and not canon.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Medusa's pretty weird here. Actually, it looks like it fits really, really well. All the minus armor. She's just gonna get huge, punch people.
But you do have the mana drain from all the Naga Siren illusions plus the Diffusal Blade. That is definitely a pretty huge concern. I'm not 100% sure how the disruption damage works with the Medusa. If it's like a straight health decrease or if that would drain her mana.
Find out.
I do think they have enough Disable and mana drain from the Naga Siren that the Medusa is not actually an issue, but
the same time, the Medusa versus Naga, to me, like, Medusa versus PL goes both ways, though. Because, like, yes, PL can drain your mana, but Medusa also kills the illusions, has all this great AoE damage. Mystic Snake refills your mana, pull off those illusions, so...
It works off illusions?
Yeah, it does, right?
I'm not 100%.
I'm pretty sure you do.
Not a Medusa
The ulti doesn't do it anymore, obviously, for anybody that's tuning in for the new patch. No longer kills all the illusions.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Oh,
damn.
I forgot about that, Jane.
Okay, maybe they forgot about it, too.
She kills the illusions anyways, like, just by punching them.
Punching them,
yeah. I don't know, though.
Mystic Snake should kill them pretty quickly, too.
With all the armor that they have, it's quite hard to kill those illusions, you know. I've tried this, like, Sven versus Naga, similar sort of thing, and it's... Oh, my God.
You guys know what I'm going to talk about.
I know exactly what you're about to talk about.
Let's hear it.
All right,
the
so I was messing around a lot right beforehand in the lobby in the demo mode, and since minus armor works with cleave, or rather cleave is affected by armor now, you could build a minus armor strat with cleave, and it's pretty freaking cool. So I had an assault cuirass on Kunkka and no other items, and when I punched a dummy target, it did 200 damage. When the cleave hit the back target, it was dealing like 800 damage when I put a solar crest on it. So minus armor works really well with cleave.
Remember what my suggestion was to pick with it?
Was it Dazzle?
It was Dazzle.
Yeah.
We got some bad
Dazzle
going.
Kunkka. Like you actually are going to one-hit the Jakiro and the Shadow Demon, and if you cleave off of an illusion that has 50 armor, it doesn't matter. Like, they're still going to get one hit because it's their armor that matters. And they're going to be bad juju'd because it's the AoE minus armor. Yeah, this is nice. It's a nice strat. Some dank-ass Dota right here. What's the response? They know that there's a Kunkka mid. They've got a Naga. Is there any cancer picks left? Huskar Band, of course.
Looking for a mid against what's probably Kunkka mid. It could be Medusa, but most likely Kunkka. Some like TA type hero maybe.
Monkey King would do extremely well against Kunkka, I do believe. Meepo would be a nice little cheese pick, but I'm not sure if these players...
Wow.
Okay.
Sniper. Well, you're not getting cleaved if you're far enough back.
It's true.
Maybe that's
it's a very low armor hero though for the first little part of the game. This guy is.
What were some of our sniper changes in 7.2.0?
His he can use the take aim. Is that what the?
It's an active, yeah.
It's an active. So yeah, it doubles the range for one hit.
One punch. So I think the idea for it is assassinate, and then you like use it to get that one last hit or something. If they're pretty low.
And it's like a pretty low mana. It costs mana though, like a small amount.
I think so. Yeah.
You can kind of just use it to harass in lane maybe and stay out of range. Yeah. I don't know.
I think this is one of the few heroes who got changed in the patch, like a bit of a rework to their ability that didn't just go up in win rate or plummet. He just stayed relatively the same.
That sounds like the most situationally useful ability that I'm just like, 99% of the game, you're just not going to have any use for it.
But it is the traditional counter to Medusa, just because it was more so of like a laning counter, but it's also like a game counter, just because you stand so far away from the Medusa that you're never going to get hit by her. You could just like slowly, methodically outside of the fight drain her entire mana pool by just doing enough sheer damage. And how does a Medusa ever get on top of a sniper? It doesn't happen. So it's one of those like weird heroes that it's not really like absolutely clear why it counters until you see it in game. Then it's like, oh, sniper never dies to Medusa.
Yep.
Well, I'm still a little bit concerned about that sniper's damage, considering I guess actually Dazzle doesn't do positive armor anymore, so that's not as big of a concern.
Yeah.
Because I was worried about the sniper's damage, but they won't actually have that much armor most likely.
It's like just the really like defensively, it's just the rum buff.
And the one thing they could end up going for is like a solar crest on Beastmaster and then increase Medusa's attack speed. That sounds kind of good.
Yeah. Or decrease snipers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Decrease, and with the roar and necro, you can shred some people for sure. I think if the sniper ever gets roared or X'd, they're going to lose the fight. But if he has good positioning in this game, I think that the sniper is somewhat of a trump pick against the Medusa and two melee heroes. I think, and then two very squishy supports. I actually am favoring the Team Aster draft if sniper can keep his positioning good.
I'm going with Kunkka. This hero's too cool.
You just like the minus armor cleave strat. You're just
Kunkka is also one of my most played heroes. I got a love affair with Kunkka.
I gotta say, what are the chances that you're just messing around with this in a practice lobby right before we? Like, come on. You're being so validated right now.
I know. Well, only if they win.
That's true.
That's
true.
why I have to root for them.
We saw the Tranquil boots on Sniper the other day, too.
Oh, yeah, Sunby was doing that.
Right. I do think Treads is still going to be pretty effective on him, though. It's damage. He loves this rate band trend.
Mm-hmm.
If you're Sniper, yeah, man. Hell yeah. You can show up to fights early and actually do some peeping.
30 seconds to battle.
Ooh.
It's a nice ward spot.
They might realize what's going on, though, if the smoke breaks and they spot out all of Aster. Pings come immediately.
Yeah, you kind of suspect wards have been dropped somewhere. It's a matter of where, though.
Look at the defensive wards for the Radiant. One on the mid lane, one on that high ground.
So what, worried about some Shadow Demon rotations?
Oh yeah, really worried. It's a Kunkka
The
mid.
battle begins.
Do you really want to defend him that much? I feel like it should be the Dire that's placing vision like that for the Sniper. But they just know where the rotations are going to come from, that's all.
Yeah. I mean, it still is a pretty good vision if there is a rotation, maybe. Maybe not. So, Sniper versus Kunkka. Sniper, or rather, Kunkka did get a little bit of changes where he has, I think, a bigger AoE on cleave, or that's just the regular cleave.
Does more damage now.
Right. So,
Sniper placed the sentry. Oh, nice. I think he probably sent that out with the bounty rune. Yeah, he did. Bounty rune gold. Buys the sentry.
get some tangos.
Get some tangos. Dazzle is actually playing with the Beastmaster, despite Rubik usually being like the 4 hero. Just the Beastmaster right clicks with the Boar and the Dazzle Q. It's just a perfect synergy in the lanes. You have all the units, you can do heal bomb with 2 Boars.
Rubik gets the D ward there.
Unfortunate though, because like the Rubik Medusa is going to be a very weak lane against this heavy kill combo, but
You see Bobica there? He like walks in immediately at the 1 minute mark to interrupt.
yeah.
We're going to see it tested here. Medusa getting gone on here, and with some body blocks, this could potentially be a kill. It's going to be close, and they get the first blood. Aster striking early.
Just that's the issue with like, you know, they're sacking their safe lane with these heroes down here, but that's what we saw last patch, and it worked out. You know, if you get a lot of pressure on the off lane.
It's a little dangerous right-clicking XXS now, because not only do you not really... Well, he can maybe pop this here, find the interrupt. Hold on. But like all of these punches are building up retaliate stacks as they take down the Jakiro.
Dazzle Beastmaster here. The Boar plus the Poison Touch. You can imagine doing a lot of damage with it.
And so that is the benefit of stacking the bot lane, is that this lane is going to do very, very well. And I think you're pretty happy if Inaga's not farming all that well.
Yeah, it's like both teams' carries are going to have slightly rough lanes here. Naga as well as Medusa going to be heavily contested.
Both pretty okay at catching up, though. Medusa with stacks, Naga with regular jungle.
Bobica back again, the banishment.
Body blocks, body blocks.
Trying to find it. Wasn't going to get there.
It's a nice try, but he got predicted in that body block.
Still forcing out these telekinesises, pressuring Medusa, even not getting the kill. Those plays are still worth it.
Yep.
All it costs is a disruption mana cost.
Oh,
he's using the Hawk to block the camp.
that's dirty.
What's the cooldown on the Hawk now? Is it up permanently at level 1?
Yeah, summon duration 60 and 60 cooldown.
Okay, so he can permanently block the easy camp. That's actually kind of insane. What?
Yeah, unless you're buying sentries to de-hawk it.
Yeah, you know what people used to do on Clockwork? They used to get the rocket flare and then do like the timing to block the easy camp.
Yeah.
You just press it with Beastmaster now. You're actually not expending a ward at all for blocking that camp. That's very strong. Especially if your lane is like a high pressure lane like this one. They can't pull back with the easy camp. They're just stuck here. They just have to suffer.
This game is looking pretty tough, at least up there for the moment, but at the same time, you got a lot of armor on Sylar. Fenrir kind of just hanging out here. He did die that one time. See if they can sort of turn it around in a bit. Pretty concerned for Paparazzi down in this side as they're going to go for another banishment, looking for the catch, but another lift.
Can he get the blocks this time? No, he can't. Yes, he can. No, he can't.
Oh, okay. You got the Rubik instead.
He's doing a lot of damage here with all the retaliate stacks,
Oh,
and
he
the
can.
double edge gets the finish.
The hoofbeats of
Nicely
your
done.
heart beat bangs.
Yeah, maxing out the return or retaliate. It's a synonym. Why would they change the name of all these spells? Anyway, maxing this out. I've seen this a lot. Like people start. I think Centaur at the start of the patch looked pretty weak because people weren't playing around the new spell, just treating the hero like he's the old Centaur. Playing around the Retaliate like it's actually a very, very strong ability. Ice has used it incredibly effectively in the SEA qualifiers.
Ooh. Invis rune on the Rubik. And
This is the hero to gank.
eyes on the sniper.
He's so dead, man.
They.
Oh,
What?
what?
He lifted the range creep, guys.
That wasn't even close.
Guys.
What happened? Is he lagging?
He lifted the range
Oftentimes-
creep.
Is Sniper gonna die anyway?
No,
It's all a
Sniper's
setup.
fine. Sniper can turn and right click.
It would just be the best if he walked up and died.
It was so baffling. Sometimes you just misclick things. But
Okay, yeah. Oftentimes, sniper gets compared to range creeps.
He wasn't anywhere near the range creep.
that's the thing. It wasn't even like a slight misclick, like where it's like, okay, he just moved his mouse a little.
What was it that I said this morning? Like, this is the sort of Dota that like if some stupid shit happens, we probably just don't understand like the thought process.
No, you know what it is? Well, the thing, what it probably is telekinesis. You have to click twice. You click once on the hero, and then you click where you want to drop him. So he
Right.
probably he thought he had already clicked sniper, and then was clicking where he wanted to drop him, which was towards the range creep.
Maybe he thought you clicked where you dropped first.
Yeah. Well, Medusa, again, in some trouble. Retaliate stacks, they're built up. I really don't think you want to harass this. Oh, the body block's in return, though, from Fade, but it's not going to be enough.
He's going in.
What's his damage? Oh my
Yeah,
god!
the-
180.
He has
113 build. Nice.
no damage items.
I think you can't right-click Centaur to harass, because if you're not punching him, he doesn't get that. Like,
Yeah.
it's really tough. New changes.
Oh man, that's a lot of damage.
That is, I mean, for lane stage, that's actually kind of insane. That's like Elder Titan with mass stack status.
Yeah.
Every punch that they give him, it's kill potential that XSS is going to have.
Yeah, this players may need to adjust how they lane against Centaur.
I think it's okay if Centaur doesn't have such a strong kill hero with him, but the fact that he could just get so many right clicks in with the Shadow Demon, setting up for the stun.
A lot.
It costs 0 mana too to use.
Right.
It's just tower shots and hero shots, right?
Tower
Not-
shots and hero shots.
Not
yeah.
creeps.
Yep.
So if Medusa gets a point in split shot, she won't even be able to prevent it as well.
Yeah.
That's potentially even more worrying.
The overtime damage that this hero does now in the laning stage is insane. He used to just be a burst hero. That's it. And what's the point of maxing out the stun anymore? It just does so much less damage per level.
Yeah. And not
And
really
the
in the
duration scales, but doesn't scale that much.
Yeah, yeah. The reason that you would max out the stun before is because like the duration scales and then the damage scaled pretty nicely too when you're comparing it to the double edge.
Look at these guys. He just ran at Sylar. He lost like 2/3 of his HP.
That's a beefy Naga, but it doesn't matter.
Well, so far, things looking still like relatively even. You know, you got the Centaur that's going off, but also the Beastmaster is having a really good time. So it's kind of trading back and forth.
That Jakiro is dead. Never mind. He's gonna use the Centaur.
Well, back over here, Fade in some trouble. XXS dealing a lot of damage. Just gonna kill off the Rubik.
Plus 95 damage. He has no spell. He has no shield.
Oh my God, Paparazzi is just gonna get pummeled. Although, is it gonna be enough? Yep, looks like it might be. Just giving him punches.
I mean, you
And
force the
the
Kunkka. You
death.
force the Kunkka to rotate and kill him anyway.
Yeah.
Trade that 1 for 1. It's a solo kill essentially by Centaur, and then he gets killed by a couple heroes rotating in. But
Tower's
Sure.
at 50% HP too.
yeah, I'm sure Centaur's just like, all right, Sniper, get your farm on, man. Kunkka's gone.
Medusa's gonna come mid instead.
Medusa's getting destroyed this game.
I don't know if you want to run into the lane where there's like a traditional laning counter to you though. It's like when you have to dodge a Centaur lane to go to a sniper lane as Medusa. The game's not going well for you.
Yang.
Let's look at this new Hawk. Beautiful.
They saw it go by? Or no, they didn't.
It was out of tower range, it looks like. Nice little place to put it since people often TP in those trees.
Mm-hmm.
I think he gets better vision probably during the day too. Is that still the case? Let me double check.
I'm not sure if it's different.
No, it looks like it's the
flat
same.
at every level.
Huh. Well. Meanwhile, Bobica.
Babica. He died.
Babica. Babica.
Bobica.
Babica.
Bobica.
Babica.
That's one of my favorite YouTube videos. You guys
Bo-
know the Bobica?
Oh yeah, Babica.
Bobica.
Babica. Babica. Babica.
Yeah, just clips of like 50 different instances of different casters saying his name. It was so good.
Are you a Bobica person? Or are you a Bobica?
Bobica.
I'm a Bobica.
See,
Bobica.
I've always called him.
Baboka.
I've always called him.
I like Baboka.
I've always called him Babica, but I've mispronounced people's names intentionally. And
Turns
oh,
out
that-
like you're pronouncing it correctly.
right, right.
You're the only one.
See you later, Sylar. Most likely.
Those Tarn, but no boat.
Ori's still here with the cleave and gonna be able to find the kill. Nicely done. Fenrir. Looks like he will escape for the moment. They're gonna try and take down another, and Grave Yang walk away.
That 0 armor. Low armor, I should say, on Jakiro. Kunkka is cleaving for like 300 damage right now because it's 165% of your damage.
It's pretty.
Some good
Oh,
stuff.
plus 100 too. So he's just
Yeah.
slamming the Jakiro.
With all these bracers too, giving us all that extra strength and damage.
Does the plus 100 damage get amplified by the 165% as well?
I believe that it does.
Yeah, let's see.
That's
it should, I
he's
feel.
probably cleaving for like 450 onto this Jakiro too. Then right
Yeah.
now, this guy's. How
Kunkka's
did-
back.
How did I die? Who killed me?
I do feel like
Dire's top tower
this
is
bad
under
juju
attack.
combo together with the cleave is going to be it's going to be a lot of damage to deal with because none of these heroes, with the exception of Naga, are particularly high armor. I guess that the sniper is too, but it supports an offlaner. Like Centaur has a lot of HP, but not a ton of armor.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's
Jakiro's gonna
bottom
need some
tower
casual
is under
buckler or
attack.
something this game.
God, look at them. Just sort of zone and fade out of the lane.
Level 5 Shadow Demon, level 6 Rubik. Shadow Demon wins apparently.
Shadow Poison is hard to deal with.
Radiant's
It's
bottom
very hard to deal
tower
with.
is under
Steal it,
attack.
and you become Shadow Demon yourself.
Exactly.
That should be the play.
He wants the
Dire's
stun,
top
man.
tower is
Yeah.
under
Set up
attack.
for his own stun.
Oh, they have found a sniper.
That's the big kill. They can get it.
God, running away. The cleave. Oh, he gets it. Ori, beautifully played. Hits there on the illusion, and now DY trying to escape. They move back into position, and looks like Medusa's now shown up as well. DY living through it, even through the poison. They kill off Boba Baga Baga, and they're getting away. Cleave. It is.
Radiant's
Ori's
bottom
having
tower
a
is
great
under
game with his
attack.
movement around the map.
You know, I was looking at this Dota 2 Pro Tracker, and you can see that Kunkka is one of the
Dire's
more
middle
successful
tower is
heroes in
under
this
attack.
patch in pro games.
Radiant's
Nice.
bottom
1,800
tower
damage
has
done.
fallen.
Number 15.
50. I mean, that's still pretty compared to like these other heroes. You know, you got your meat boat. Vengeance, interesting.
That's a new one today.
So he did 1,600 damage in that fight, and Boat only does 400.
He's cleaving for quite a lot. You know, the early game cleave changes with the armor. It's a lot less armor in the early game, so it doesn't matter that much. And then he's got all these bracers and extra damage too.
Oh, the slowdown. And Yang popping the Necros. They saw it coming, but can they stop it? I don't. Sylar going to go with the mirror image. They do have axes still. The Root and Jakiro moving into position. So just a roar to say hello, and then they'll walk away.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's a hard hero to kill, even with the roar. Such high armor. Beast does all physical damage.
The blink.
If only you can drain her mana.
success.
Yeah, he's so farmed right now. 6,100 net worth at 13 minutes.
The issue is his other cores are not doing particularly well, and they're the ones that are going to need the farm more.
Man, he should be fine, right?
Yeah, he's got the X.
God, look at that. He took like no damage. 43% magic resist right now.
Yeah.
43 magic resist without a single
He's got
like
2200.
hood or anything. That's crazy.
200 HP.
I think that's the crazy part for me with the magic resist on bracers is that you're getting magic resist while building health, which means your EHP is skyrocketing.
Right, right. It's like when you used to get magic resist for building the was it Ether Lens. When it was first added to the game.
Dire's middle tower is under
I don't
attack.
think I
Yeah,
remember.
Ether Lens gave some
Okay.
magic resist, so people would go for it on like Pudge, and it was Sometimes items just give too many like really efficient stats.
You see
We
that?
obviously have a case of that here. If it hasn't been made obvious in the past few days.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even the Beastmaster. What's the point in going for any mana items or anything like that when you can just have so many stats that
Yeah.
he's got so much 4.0 mana regen. He's got so much HP. He's got so much. What's the point of going for regen items? We get regen from the strength and magic resist as well. Like all of these other items.
Some of
there's
that
no
mana
point.
regen's the Necrobook, surely.
Yeah, for sure. But even
But
still,
yeah.
like
Man, you got me looking over here.
no soul rings, no mana boots, not even upgrading
Yeah,
boots.
yeah.
Like what's
No
the point?
bottle, you know, you sometimes
Yeah,
get like
yeah.
items like this.
I
Bottom
rarely
tower
see
is
bottle
under
now.
attack.
With all these offlaners, because it's like, do you want a bottle or just another bracer? And then you'll have 1 or 2 extra spells because of the stats you get from the bracers, and then you're way tankier.
No.
Okay.
I think bracers and wraith bands both seem a bit.
Dire's middle tower is under
Killed.
attack.
Nice roar. I don't mind the nulls too much. I think the nulls are okay because I just don't think the spell amp is comparable to magic resist or attack
Yeah,
speed.
I agree.
Radiant's
And then on a
top
lot of
tower
heroes, like the
is
spell
under
amp is
attack.
good, but the raw damage
Dire's
isn't.
bottom tower is
And then
under attack.
the flip side as well of that. But with these bracers, it's like strength heroes. They like the damage, the resist, the health. They like everything that comes from it. Same with these agi heroes.
You know what? This Kunkka has always been an incredibly strong hero since the talents have gotten added. He has a 40 damage talent now on top of it. And when you just add in all of these other like early game domination builds, and then on top of that, he also has damage reduction out of the ghost ship.
Yeah.
He offers everything that you want.
Yeah, we've
That's
talked
a
about
good
the raw
question.
damage
How
reduction.
does Kunkka get plus 40 damage?
At level 10.
Good question.
Marana, single target right clicker, plus 15 damage. Kunkka, AoE cleave, we'll give him 40.
They just nerfed Necrophos. Necrophos had 40 damage, and that was too much. Who thinks of Necrophos as a right clicker?
All right, it's time to spam Kunkka in my games. I'm not an offlaner anymore.
But it's the thing where it's not even like Kunkka's like an OP hero, but it's just the parity between different talents between heroes is just
Yeah.
insanely weird and broken in
Oh
some
yeah,
ways.
Weaver had like a plus
Dire's top
20
tower
mana
has
break
fallen.
at level 10.
Yeah.
Marana has plus 25 at level 20.
Well,
He's
Ori is
5-1.
about to cause some trouble there, although. Back out.
I mean, that was always the argument. I think when Gyra had his damage talent, it was like, what, plus 20 or something at first, and then it got nerfed to maybe
Dire's
plus
middle
15. It was
tower
like, you
is
know, he's
under
flacking,
attack.
you know? That's why it's kind of this low
Right,
number.
that's not balanced that he could flak for this much
Black Widow was
damage.
plus 20, but
That's basically cleave.
exactly.
But Kunkka's fine.
This has been like the most tame 5K lead that I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, there's casual. Medusa's suddenly top net worth despite getting dumpstered in lane. Like that's the catch-up potential of this hero.
Once again, same build, treads, 3 Wraith Bands, Yasha.
3 seems like the magic number.
Yeah. Into Dragonlance. And Mask of Madness.
And
Yeah.
they're playing around this area so well. Like, they just send the Hawk right over the top of it. They see absolutely everybody from Aster. They can decide to, like, pick one hero off if they want to, or they can just back out afterwards. And, well, Ori's going to try and pull him out of position and maybe go for a big cleave play here onto some supports, possibly. Look at that. Oof.
Almost half their health gone.
I wonder if the Crimson Guard works with the cleave. I imagine it probably
Should,
does.
yeah. I think it
Dire's
does.
bottom tower is under attack.
One great thing about the Beastmaster with the new Hawk is that a lot of the time when you play this like secure an area of the map game, like we see them playing on this top lane here, it's a lot more dangerous because there is that high ground where the enemy team can like smoke or just they can play around it. But with the Beastmaster Hawk, you can just like send the Hawk up to the high ground and scout.
Oh my god. And look at this. They see that the Centaur TPs to the bottom lane, so they know that he's not up top anymore. They're able to find that kill super quickly.
They've not got damage for this. Yeah.
So they back out.
Although that Shadow Demon damage did look pretty damn good.
Yeah.
See a lot more of that later in the game. She's got like a Scotty and things like that.
I wouldn't mind Wraiths and Bracers getting the old Quelling Blade treatment where you can't sell them.
Ooh.
That to me would solve a lot of problems. Maybe make them too weak. I don't know. Because at that point, it's like if you want to go for these, you're not getting your money back, or at least not the
Dire's
50%
middle
back.
tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
Because we did just see Medusa sell one of her Wraith Bands to make
Oh, yeah.
room for the Dragonlance. Like, it happens all the time.
Just chip away at the gold value of these items a bit, which is kind of what the recent C patch looked to do. Take away 1 attack speed, make them 10 gold more expensive.
Oh, that was nice.
This could be a big setup right here. Fenrir trying to get into position. He has 3 points in Ice Path. It's going to last for absolutely ever. Paparazzi trying to get into position as well. The follow-up, XXS with the 3-person stun. They already have the Grave to try and save Yang. And Ori going to go for the boat now. A lot of damage has been dealt, but not enough to bring down the rest of Vici. The Stampede forward finding the kill onto Yang, and now looking for more. They get the TP away on Dusa, though. And it looks like Vici are going to minimize a lot of their losses.
Oh, that was a nice team fight. Finally, we see the Naga Siren picked with these heroes that can actually combo with the Naga Siren. I do think this hero is an effective carry. We can see the Medusa's out farming her, but if you can both use like the new Naga and be a really strong carry, and also
Oh, sorry.
he has no TP.
Yeah. Base Shadow Blade.
He's just screwing around. It's so nice to see the this team combo with the Naga.
Yeah.
What was it yesterday in SEA? There was literally zero heroes that had ground targeted AoE stuns.
Look at that talent choice.
Creates an illusion on
Illusion
deck.
of Medusa.
Over 30% XP gain? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
If there's like a really good hero to make an illusion of, it's
You get
generally worth it.
you get the split shot, so it's pretty nuts.
If it goes late game particularly, that talent just suddenly feels amazing when there's this like 4 or 5 slotted Medusa that you can make an illusion of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've also got to kill the Medusa, which is
That's a.
maybe kill Beastmaster, get his aura.
I mean, they
that could be
do
nice.
have Sniper and Naga. Like they have answers to the Medusa if they can get her isolated.
Just interrupting the 2-person catch there with the Torrent, and that stops any initiation. So Paparazzi Aegis now on top of Manta, Dragonlance, Mask of Madness.
He's just huge. His farm has not been contested at all, just been Mask of Madness, hitting some jungle creeps. Completely uncontested.
Did it change anything about this hero in the patch?
Yeah, it's no longer instantly kills illusions. It no longer gives magic resistance.
Gives you bonus physical damage. Okay, so that the magic resistance was so that's a pretty huge buff. You'd actually within the stone gaze like throw a boat out or something like that.
Oh.
And then also you can 50% extra damage.
Yeah.
There are so many times where I feel like you see those stone gazes like mess up a spell on your own team, like a Laguna Blade or something, and it's just like
Yeah.
that just ruined team.
You
fights
try to use it
sometimes.
before the person turns to stone, and then just barely waste the spell.
Yep.
Yeah. Even good teams would mess things like that up. You just try to push the limits, try to get everything off in a fight.
Well, they are hitting the Hawk here. Take it down. 60 gold. It's kind of cool. Just waiting for it to get to 300. Then we'll be good. God. Paparazzi.
I love that Jakira's maxing out the ice path in this game. 1 point into the E. That's like the something you very rarely see, but with the Naga Siren, it's just so effective. Team fight potential of Naga Jakiro's just too high to ignore.
And they have this area very well contained. This Hawk just hanging out.
This Beastmaster's build is a more common build now because the Necro units at level 1 and level 2 do quite a bit of damage. They used to be totally awful, and you'd have to get that Necro 3 before you'd really do any serious damage. But since a lot of the buffs, the Necro 1s, people go Necro 1 into Blink when you need the initiation on Beast.
They see Centaur.
You
this
do enough
whole
damage
way.
with the Necro.
Manta tried to dodge it, not quite in position. The banishment's coming out. Medusa illusions are going to be there in a second as they try and kill off Paparazzi. The boat on the other side of it. They're trying to kill Sylar, but they don't connect. And now the Song of the Siren for the reset.
Oh, get the line. Line it up.
Aegis is there and looking.
He doesn't
for
have mana.
Okay, a little bit off the mark there, but they're still able to connect onto the Kunkka, and they're going to bring him down. Team fight with full vision, and Aster lose it big.
Dude, look at the mana pool with everybody on Aster.
Under attack.
They all use all of their resources. That's a lot of black bars, and not
let's
of
get
the
out.
king kind.
I think Paparazzi's dead. Yeah.
Just enough mana.
Yes.
Here we go.
Oh, and they have the ice path as well. Caught and going to be killed off. That fight went terribly for Vici.
Their team fight is just so much scarier. They've got this sniper who just sits at the back, goes uncontested, and this centaur in the front lines with the
Radiant's
Crimson
middle
Guard
tower is under
helping
attack.
block all this right-click damage. Medusa's just not farmed enough to be a threat yet.
I'm pretty sure the Centaur actually did a lot of damage with right clicks. Oh, I wish we had the fight recap, because I noticed that, it did appear like very briefly, but
You talking shit.
it did. you were changing the sound, man. I don't blame you.
I
blame
wish
you.
we had a team fight recap, guys. If only our observer could click some team fight recap.
Oh my god, it's not like that, man.
But yeah, Centaur was tearing it up in that one.
Yeah, I wish we could have seen how much.
God
Wait.
damn it.
Oh, the
Oh,
orange SMI.
whoa.
The orange.
They
Oh,
actually
Yasha now,
listened.
yeah.
Oh, it is
Yeah.
that one. Oh, they changed the
They
colors. of it.
listened. Oh my god.
I was like, is that a new item?
Yeah, it just came out. So
Must
they have
please Reddit.
it's Kaya and Sanj because it's
Oh,
blue
that's-
and red.
That's gonna throw me off. I'm gonna buy some Cayenne Sanjas accidentally, guys.
But it makes sense. Like it's
Lyrical
it's
buys
blue
that
and red.
item not
It's purple.
accidentally all the time.
It's blue and red.
Does it make sense to change the appearance of an item that's been in Dota for 8 years, that people have been buying for 8 years, and you change the appearance of it? Someone's gonna, because you're just gonna write in. That's what, Sanj and Kaya.
Yeah.
Someone's just gonna write in Sanj.
No, it's Kaya and Sanj, isn't it?
Well,
Kaya and
yeah,
Sanj.
but someone writes in like, so they're gonna enter the search bar, type in Sanj, looking for a Sanj and Yasha.
Sanj.
Wait, wait,
Oh,
wait. Is
there
it- is
is.
it
And
Yeah,
they're
is
gonna
it-
click the purple one because
Yeah.
they don't read. You know, you see colors.
Is it Yasha and Kaya? What's the Yasha and Kaya called?
Yasha and Kaya.
Yasha and Kaya, but it's
Yasha and
it's
Kaya.
Kaya and Sanj.
Yeah.
Each weapon gets to be first on one of them. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh.
it's equality between the
Yeah,
three
but
swords.
like alphabetically.
No, it's-
Alpha?
What?
Isn't it
you go for
alpha?
equality. You know, none is better than the other.
I mean, that's fair. That's isn't equity.
I'm
Equity, equality.
equality.
I don't know.
Well, we're not smart people.
I'm not into human rights. I dislike them.
Sounds good.
I wish humans had no rights.
I almost said something bad there.
Just say it, man.
No, we're chilling. This
I
majors.
don't want to be bad for many majors, you know. I'm good.
Oh my God.
back
10 to
into the
10.
game.
They
Oh,
pulled it back, guys. Look at them.
Plus 268.
He's going for the AC next too, so he's actually going to do a lot of damage.
What are Sensor's talents? What has he got?
He's got evasion, base damage talent, and then the retaliate damage or strength, depending on what he
Is
wants
it
to go.
retaliate damage as in the passive that is hitting,
Yes.
but you don't get the it's not base damage increase.
It's funny because they call it return damage too here,
Okay. So return is the effect on retaliate then now.
I believe.
I get why they changed
Yeah.
the name now. But then again, you could just say retaliate damage on retaliate. It's like a perfect synonym.
Top tower
Mm.
is under attack.
They just
That's
want to
fair.
spice things up with this patch, man. Let me tell you.
That's their plan.
Make life as hard as possible for us casters.
Yeah. Change the color
Dyer's
of
middle tower
yeah.
is
Sanj
under
and
attack.
Yasha.
I mean, that one's for the
Dyer's
players.
structures
Well,
are
actually, that
fortified.
also affects us casters. I'm going to see a purple sword in the
Radiant's top
inventory.
tower is
I'm
under
going to assume
attack.
it's a Sanj and Yasha.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what the purple one is actually. Now that I'm thinking of it.
Radiant's
Kaya and
structures are
Kaya
fortified.
Sanj.
Kaya Sanj. What color is Sanj? Even?
Dyer's
Red?
Sanj
middle
is red,
tower
so it's
has
blue and
fallen.
red. It makes purple.
It's like a sword. Aren't swords like steel colored, gray?
Radiant's top
They just
tower
have
This
this.
is Dota. They're magic swords.
They just have
you
a
know.
glow. Okay.
Look
And we're
at
going
it.
back to it.
There it is.
You know,
Alright.
radiance is bright yellow.
Yeah, look,
you
they,
know?
they're just it's just glowing red.
Yeah. It's like a fire one.
I thought that
like
was
a
blood, to
water
be honest.
one, and like a grass sword. That's good.
Is butterfly a bow?
a
No, it's
sword.
a sword.
It's a sword.
Yeah, look.
It's a small little sword.
We had one. You guys had one, didn't you?
We have a real life
Where-
butterfly
Where's
in
my
the office.
really?
Yeah.
I'll check that out. Where's the Kaya and butterfly then? Where's that at?
Why would that be a giant
It's a
butterfly?
sword, man. Apparently,
I've
you can combine these swords and make them into like
Yeah,
one
there's,
sword.
there's like 12 different swords in Dota. You know, there's broadswords. There's
Those are regular swords.
Oh,
Claymores,
look at
yeah.
Fender.
This
He
isn't
knows.
Dark Souls.
This is nice. He knew that the word was up there. I wanted to mention real quickly. I had an idea for an item that you put together with another item, because it's the cool thing to do.
Mhm.
But you need to have it. It's Dagon and Dagon, and then you just like double Dagon all at once.
You know, your predictions have been pretty tight so far. So I would say,
so yeah,
Next
you're buying
patch.
2 separate Dagons, or
Two
you're buying.
separate Dagons.
It's not just Dagon 2. It's a
Yeah.
separate item. Okay.
Exactly. It's when you get a Dagon 5, and then you buy a second Dagon, and then it's like it just amps up the damage even more.
Oh, so you go to like Dagon 10 basically.
Exactly.
I feel like it needs like a new special effect on top of that too.
You could just
You're
make the
combining-
Dagons like infinitely upgradable.
It also Dagon's a random nearby enemy unit to whatever you
Ooh.
target or something.
And then you build it on Ogre. Oh my god.
I'm down.
And then because you can multicast, so
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you
Lasers
cast it
everywhere.
on a soul-binded person.
Is
This
it-
is amazing.
They
God,
should just make-
imagine Tinker with that. That sounds like game ruining.
Imagine Tinker in general. Yeah, that AC though.
That sounds game running.
They have all this farm Medusa, and I feel like she's not going to be able to do anything against Crimson AC, against Sniper. Shadow Demon's just going to be disrupting her, making Medusa illusions.
Yeah, they have some serious answers. The Shadow Demon's actually doing more damage than the Medusa with the illusions.
Yeah.
75% on each of the illusions, right? If I recall correctly. And so you're getting 150% of Medusa by those illusions aren't going to die. Are you kidding
She's
me?
getting
Exactly. If you
Lycans.
could kill them right away, that's
Radiant
one thing,
are
but they don't
scanning.
really have like an insta
No.
illusion clear.
And guess what? That cleave.
She
The
has a
illusions have like
Lycans,
50
though.
armor, so.
Like you got your Lincolns going, you know.
Oh, Medusa. Yeah, Medusa's getting Lincoln somewhat for disruption, really.
Exactly.
Yeah. There's ways to cancel it.
It's an answer. It does feel like they've maybe lost a lot of that advantage that they had on that bottom fight. Like, if that doesn't go that way, and it's so crazy because they had vision the entire area when they took that fight, and it still just went so disastrously. Like, they tried to Manta Dodge stuff instead, and now they've got Medusa and going to be able to go for the Ice Path. Afterwards, Disruption, waiting for it, possibly, or just stun. Okay, and the walk away. Now the Roar, the Stolen Song to try and turn this back around. What do they have to combo it up? There's three of them grouped all together. They hit the Torrent, not quite on the mark, and the Disruption is off the mark as well. Bobica trying to run away, but it's still going to be a one fight for Vici most likely. See what they can do as XXS. They pop the Stampede and now looking to try and control him as well as Sylar.
That was
Got the
stolen
Torrent.
Stampede.
Pulling back the other direction, Stolen, and now Fade trying to get his way out of here.
Stolen Stampede like 3 times.
It has a cooldown, buddy. XXS just continuing to punch people in the face relentlessly as Sylar is almost able to get the walk away, and he's going to be able to escape. Fenrir still alive in this one, and Paparazzi continuing to push and pummel, and XXS,
What's wrong with Medusa?
they're going to be able to kill him off.
She's not attacking, but she is attacking.
Look at her face.
Yeah. What's wrong with Medusa, guys?
she's sick of being in this game.
She's just leaning back and arrows is shooting out of her chest.
Get me out.
Sylar's back up to full HP, though.
Medusa, please.
It's like, get Medusa, she's stunned. Oh, wait a minute, she's running away.
Oh,
Oh,
and
now
she
she's
turns.
back to normal.
Oh, and she's dead.
Okay. Oh, they got the Medusa illusion.
Oh, Snapple.
Oh, use the illusion. Come on,
I
buddy.
didn't notice. You get the talent.
It stays forever?
Until she respawns.
Oh, wow.
I'm pretty sure. Right? That's how it works?
That's how the Venge one works, but this one,
Oh, he's pushing out the bot wave with it.
I want to see if
That's
this
man.
lives.
Dire's bottom
It has
tower is
negative
under
18
attack.
duration?
I think it's until... If Medusa buys back, I think it disappears.
Oh,
there we
yeah.
go.
Dire are scanning.
It's what Venge's used to be. Because Venge doesn't have that anymore. The old
Now,
aura.
yeah, she has the Ags upgrade with can't cast spells though.
Yeah. Yeah, Venge aura used to apply on the hero that killed you with like the negative aura or whatever it was.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Wowzers. Well, 5,000 gold lead suddenly for Aster. See where this game has gone for the past couple of minutes, and they're pulling it back in a big way.
This Medusa is doing nothing to clear out these illusions. Maybe when she gets 25 and has a Mjolnir or something like that.
I wonder if, does the Aghanim still work for her?
And turning them to stone doesn't insta-kill illusions,
Yeah.
right? That's the change on the ulti. I assume that means
Upgrade.
Ag's Mystic Snake as well.
Yeah, I don't.
But it says upgradable by Aghanim still.
Yeah, it'll still turn them to stone.
Okay, but
It-
it won't kill them instantly.
No,
I assume not, yeah.
they have no way to clear these Naga illusions.
That makes Naga Ag, the Medusa Ags even like worse. It was already a pretty bad Ags.
Yeah.
That was the only time that you would take it.
Yeah. Because the stone duration on Mystic Snake was really is really short.
Doing so much damage. It's not
BKB, the turnarounds. Ori gonna have that damage mitigation as well. They've caught onto
Nice
nobody with that
disruption.
boat. Now Paparazzi trying to walk forward. They get the
Oh, they
roar
got
on
the
the
sniper.
sniper. He's got Minus Armor, but the Song of the Siren immediately to reset. They steal away the Song, though, I believe, on the Rubik. He's going to be able to regen everybody back up because he has Ag's Song, trying to keep the Centaur out of the fight here. And maybe a little bit of an awkward fight to take as, again, Medusa is just walking around, not doing anything at all. And they're already down to much HP again.
Medusa just got deleted.
Oh, my God. Pop the Stampede, trying to run. Damage mitigation is there, but it is not nearly enough.
She was full HP and then just 3/4 of her health disappeared.
Yeah, she walked in with no mana.
Did she get hit by the? I guess it was just
No,
all
she
sniper.
just had no mana. She just got beat by sniper. She walked in with like 10% mana and blew up instantly. Like you just get out in that fight. You relish in the fact that Rubik steals the Song and you just use that to get out because your Medusa has no mana.
I think they're kind of just feeling desperate because every single team fight they take, they're just getting whomped in. And maybe they just felt like they had to make some kind of a play, but
The songs have been absolutely amazing from Sylar. This guy is just saving the... If Sniper dies there, that fight is of course going to be over. He does all of the damage.
This is a DD sniper now with Mask of Madness. Medusa dead for 60 seconds, no buyback. And it looks like the call is going to be to go to Roche after taking a lane of barracks. But in the meantime, get some split push going. Doesn't look like it's going to be that effective.
Dire's bottom tower is under
It's
attack.
just Beastmaster illusions and Beastmaster. He really doesn't do much. He's
He
kind
has
of
a
fallen
Necro
off
book in a
after
second.
this, like, what's his net worth like? He's struggling. I guess he's got the travels coming out, something, but usually you want to have like an extra item at this point that's going to help you kill people, scale with those Necro books, like some Assault Cuirass or some Vlads. But he still has like the same damage / pick-off item, so he's going for the Vlads next.
I feel like this Fade Rubik could also, like, if you have that Song stolen and maybe can, like, just, like you said, get out, wait to take a good fight afterwards, that, like, you can bait them into a bad fight and then pop Song, heal everybody up. Something like that.
He's been getting really good spells. The problem is, like, he steals Song. There's no setup. There's nothing to set up with the Song, so they just use it to get out. And then if he steals Centaur ulti, they just use that to get out as well. Like, everything he's stealing that's good is just get out. Like, when do you go in and win the game?
yeah, there's no big offensive spells that he's been able to really take advantage of.
Yeah,
And
exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you
It's-
could steal Disruption and get the, I don't know, get the Naga illusions, but they have like 10,000 illusions on their side, so it's
Or
not
your
good.
own Medusa illusions.
That's true. That is true. Actually, that would be pretty good
Yeah.
if he can steal that.
Disruption does sound actually more useful than a lot of what he's been getting.
Yep.
I mean, you can see in his score, he's 0, 4, and 2. This has been a Rubik with next to no impact on this game.
Yeah.
And Kunkka is the type of hero that can dominate early, but once you start getting into BKBs on the enemy team and sort of saves coming out with the Shadow Demon, it's not going to look as
Yeah,
good.
we're also just running into this issue of Cleave being affected by armor. You have like a sniper with 21 natural armor. The guy doesn't have any armor items at all. He's still... Can you hold alt for a second? See what is it? 50% damage reduction?
More when he's
60%.
affected by the
Yeah.
AC.
60% damage reduction from the sniper, so he's taking effectively no cleave damage, and Kunkka hasn't gotten any new items in a very long time, so there's just a huge gap where they have a lot of HP, effective HP, and not enough damage to be killed.
Oh, this is the scary part. You just have the illusions walk at you. Not an easy time dealing with this. And it's like Ori going to X himself, walk in with the Shadow Blade. Is he going to be able to really do anything?
Does very little
Not
damage.
look like it. Meantime, Aster comfortable just taking barracks. They don't have an answer. It's gone. Second lane out of there.
Oh, that shrapnel is quite large now. Did they change the size of that? I think they did, right?
It doesn't look like it. No.
Sure. I think they must have increased it. I'm feeling that. That looks huge, man.
Crazy. Well,
Just not-
Beastmaster has tangos still. So that's a thing.
Holding on for good luck. You know, sometimes you keep that GG branch in your backpack.
Yeah.
But this is just getting increasingly difficult for Vici Gaming, who have serious damage problems with Medusa and Kunkka just being destroyed by these high armor heroes.
And I think the idea of like getting Dazzle, Bad Juju working is good, but you're not in a position where Dazzle can just cast spells. He's not tanky.
Yeah, they did. I don't think they've unless it's in like a different patch.
I think they added a new indicator for it where it looks, it shows the full radius where
Yeah.
it wouldn't always before.
That was a nice quality of life change.
Oh my god, Shadow Demon has an Ags. Oh god.
Oh boy. Was that 3 charges of the ultimate?
And then it also breaks.
Yep, and it does a lot of damage as well, right?
So
Like
bye
800 or something?
bye split
400.
shot.
Yeah.
If you disrupt Medusa when she's broken, your illusions will still split shot, I assume.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't be.
Because they wouldn't be broken.
Yeah, the spell is still there.
Yeah.
Look at this Beastmaster. He's still making a lot of space for his team, cutting waves here.
Can you break the Kunkka Cleave?
No,
Oh.
I don't believe so because it's an activatable.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it's-
okay.
Maybe, but I don't think so. It's his legendary sword. They don't take away his sword.
What's the Kunkka sword's name? How come it doesn't get a name? It's just a legendary sword.
Mm,
All
'cause-
these
'cause no,
swords
it
are
has
legendary.
a name. Look at the
Oh,
cosmetic.
oh.
It's
a
called the Tidebringer.
Tidebringer. Are you sure that's not just the name of the spell?
It's I mean, it's what this sword is called. It's the Tidebringer.
If you check his cosmetics, his sword will have a name though.
Oh, will it?
Oh, I assume so. If he's got a sword cosmetic.
It's the Leviathan.
Leviathan Whale Blade.
There you go.
Team Leviathan.
He's giving you a shout out, Jenkins. He knew
great.
you'd be casting. He's like, let's get the Leviathan
That is
sword.
great, yeah.
Jenkins Dota's here to cast my game.
Back in the day.
Oh. Hey, you guys went to China for a tournament, you know?
We did,
Maybe
yeah.
he was a fan at the time.
Yeah, he was there.
Oh no, Ori! Oh god, it's painful! He's gonna be grave, but they have megas. XXS does it. Paparazzi trying to do some damage here, and well, the rest of his team is completely dying. They have to buy back on the Kunkka with Rubik dead as well, and now Medusa isolated, caught. That is game over.
Sniper just owning these fights. That mega creep sound in the middle of a team fight was like overpowering everything else. It's like, whoa, what? I can't hear spells anymore. What's happening?
That's why they called GG. Like, ah.
Yeah, they heard the sound. They're like, oh, well, this fight's,
We're
we're
done.
team wiping them, but that sound, you know, it's letting us know we got to tap out. So
It's just such a demoralizing sound.
if you're being mega creeps, yeah.
Yeah.
What a changeup.
It was a weird game in a way. Like,
Yeah.
Medusa gets crushed in lane, then free farms her way to being top net worth by a huge margin, but is still just having no impact because Medusa versus Sniper SD just doesn't really
Telling you
work.
guys, top 2, Aster and LGD.
Hey, there you go. It's a possibility.
I think they look pretty good. They definitely have a pretty solid read on the new patch. Just by how they played it, like particularly with the Centaur in lane, playing with the new Retaliate and putting on more pressure than a Centaur in the previous patch would, and that hero was considered
But I
to
also
be
think that some of that was like also maybe Vici not being the most familiar with it too, because like they just kept punching the Centaur, and I don't think there's any reason to right click him, right?
I mean, I guess the option is like what else do you do in that lane? Do you just let the Centaur like completely free farm and
it's either that or get solo killed, right?
Yeah, not right clicking a hero that's in your lane is like
it's a pretty good hero if it's like you can't right click me ever.
he's going to go in and contest every last hit.
Yeah.
He's going to get every last hit and contest a lot of your denies. That's
Still,
just-
But
might
if you
kill
right click him, then he kills you. Like,
Yeah, but
that's
he's-
the trade off.
But if you don't right click him, he still might kill you because he'll have a level advantage, and the nukes
Yeah.
will just kill you. So it's like a catch 22. You know.
Maybe
Yeah.
don't pick Medusa into Centaur is another thing, possibly. Like if
Maybe,
if you're gonna hit him, you have to kill him.
Some-
That's what it feels like to
some
me.
sort of way to like if you have a dazzle, like you hit him and it's gonna eventually like kill him, like some trading hero, some way to trade. It's not just like slowly poking.
Yeah, I feel like what we saw in SEA qualifiers a lot more was like both side lanes, you'd have 2 strong kill lanes.
Yeah.
Like you can't have this Medusa. If you're running a Medusa, it needs to be mid lane. Put this like static farmer in the mid lane and then pick lanes with much more kill potential.
I like the SEA. Like you pick 2 strong kill lanes, but one of them has like a carry in it too. Like
Yeah.
I think Naga is a lot stronger of a laner than Medusa, and I think that like PA too is another great hero like that where it just happens to be a hero that can carry in the late game, but also is very effective at
You know
fighting.
what would have been perfect? Just throw Kunkka down there. He can harass with the Tidebringer.
Sure, maybe.
I mean, maybe that means your lane up against a sniper.
That's
is
the
rougher,
issue.
but
Yeah, I think the sniper pick really sealed the
Yeah.
deal. Like the fact that you have sniper against 2 paper thin supports, 2 melee heroes, and then a Medusa as well. Like it's a hard counter to that hero.
Oh, sniper's a lover.
What was that? Oh, these are the kill statistics. Okay.
Exactly.
Fade, very quiet. I mean, his Rubik trying to do his best to secure a Medusa lane with some telekinesis. Like, when that's your job as a Rubik, you didn't pick the right hero, I feel like, in the draft. If your Rubik's job is just protect Medusa. He did make that huge, really weird telekinesis on mid lane, but that's not where they lose the game.
That is this issue when you get like such a late Dazzle pick where you're like, okay, well, we have this Dazzle Beastmaster combo. We want to pressure with the Dazzle. But then we're putting a Rubik as a 5. Like the way that we've seen Rubik come back into the meta is being played as a 4 hero in 7.2 or 7.19, and then in 7.20 it's like a 4 and a mid hero, because you can kind of play with some axe or something like that in the top lane, use the nuke and play a little differently. But yeah, as a 5, it's like there's no real way to respond to that pressure or apply any pressure.
It's also not Fade. Fade to me is like this guy that likes to roam gank, plays Tusk, plays roamers, and that's not happening there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to be back in just a couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Vici versus Aster going to continue on. Lots of China Dota. Be sure to check out the other streams as well. But we'll be back in a bit with game number 2.